Hello, did you know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month? Yes, it is. The whole month is dedicated to mental health. And this is May 16th of 2024. So did you also know that you don't have to be controlled by your thoughts? You do not have to believe every thought that goes in your mind. You don't have to keep every thought that goes in your mind, etc., etc. You do not have to be controlled, nor should you be controlled by any thought that's in your mind. So I am going to today. This is the beginning of a new series with Julie Kay, helping you find your way. We've had series on hope, on all kinds of things in this channel. So now it's on mental health, and this does tie into grief and loss. If you're used to watching me, and it ties into every area of our life. Every single area of our life is affected by our mental thinking, by our mental health, by our mind, and all that we allow to go on in there. So it really does. It's a huge thing to be working on. We all need to be working on it. We all have mental issues, whether it's a diagnosable issue or not, or has a name, or we need to go to a doctor for medicine or not in regards to it. Yeah, that's a different thing, right? But we all have mental issues. That's why I'm able to help others with the same things I've been learning how to help myself with. And so I want to give you a little history first, and then I'm going to talk about a really awesome author and book that is part of what I've done to be helping myself. Okay. So, and this is going to be ongoing. So hopefully I will not go too long on any of these videos, and it's just going to keep going. And maybe I'll start doing even more videos. So please share it out. Okay, so the man, first of all, Mental Health Month raises awareness of trauma and the impact it has on the physical, emotional, and mental well-being of everybody. You know, this is our America that has this Mental Health Month, but obviously the whole world needs it, right? So just so you know, because I looked up trauma again, the general meaning of trauma is a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. And that could relate to all kinds of things. It could be something physically that happens to us that still affects our mind. It could be a relationship. It could be a loss of a loved one. It could be a move. It could be all kinds of things. Okay. So the man who began this whole movement in our country, his name was Clifford W. Beers, B-E-R, like beer, B-E-R-R-E-E, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, in the early 1900s, when he lived, he experienced his first bipolar episode. And this was after the illness and the loss of his brother. He tried to take his own life. He did not succeed. He stayed alive, but he was very wounded and ended up in several different hospitals in Connecticut. I think they were regular and mental. That's the gist of it. I just learned this too. And bottom line, the way he was treated and the way he saw everyone else being treated was horrific, terrible, whatever words you want to use, so bad that when he got out, he resolved to expose the terrible treatment, help people be aware of how terrible the treatment was, and to reform, to bring reformation in America, okay, with mental health issues. So he created what is now called Mental Health America. And look online, you can find out more about it. But the three of the overall objectives of this organization is, first of all, to improve people's attitudes, their outlook, their way of viewing people with mental health for themselves or for other people. And today we call that stigma, like we need to get rid of stigma and all these other ways of wording it, but that's the way he worded it. The second was to improve services for those with mental health illnesses, and I'm sure to help people even discover that they have a mental health issue or problem. And then third of all, to work towards prevention of mental illnesses and overall mental health, like just helping people to work on mental health and so forth. So I would say I'm definitely more on the preventative end, and I think that's an awesome place to be. We need people in every realm, and within the substance use area that I work in, and within grief and loss, and so many area issues of our humanity. We need people to be helped that already have it, and we need all of us to be worked on how we think of these things, how we think of people, whether we judge them or whether we just push them away. How we handle people is so important in our society, and also prevention. So I'm very much about how we handle people as well, and I also want to help prevent, because to me, if we could prevent any problem in our society, if we can prevent mental illness, wow, that's going to save so many things. It's going to save relationships, it's going to save lives, it's going to save finances. It's just so many things I can go on about. So that's just a little bit about it. But he was a financer. He was a graduate of Yale, so a very intelligent man, I'm sure. And so that's just a little bit of the history of where it all came about, why we have a mental health movement. So I'm very thankful that he didn't just wallow in what happened to him, that he went and acted on it and made a big change that's been affecting our nation ever since then. Right? Isn't that good? So now I want to switch over to Dr. Caroline Leaf. Now, before I go into a little bit more about her and her book and show you her book that I have here with me, I'm a life coach, and I started off as general, wanting to help people. I really care about spirit, soul, and body. I'm an ordained minister. I love the Bible, so I use that as part of what's helped me. It's part of the package of my mental health for sure, and I don't know what I would do without it. But I care about, physical health. I think is so important, and spiritual health. So, but I'm here to talk about mental health, and it affects every area of our life. It affects the spiritual, it affects the physical, it affects the relational, it affects work, it affects everything. So, bottom line, I have moved more into a grief and loss specialty, but it's mental health all around. So many people come to me with a loss of a loved one, but yet we move in and we help them all around. So I really love, that's why I call myself Thrive Coach sometimes, because I love to help people to learn how to thrive through all circumstances and all situations, in the past, the present, whatever. I think we can learn to be overcomers and victorious, and be healthy and positive and at peace, even in the midst of hard situations. And that's what I learned to do for myself, and I try to help other people with. So if you want a one-on-one, I do a complimentary consult for anybody, no obligation, completely for free, online or in person, because I'm in Newport Richey. So if you are interested in that, I just want you to know that you can reach out to me, PM me on Messenger or Instagram, or you can go to info@juliek.org, because my website is right behind me. Move that over. I don't know if you'd be able to scan that. That's a QR code for my website. But I just wanted you to know before I keep going that that's what I do, and that I'm here for you if I can help you in a one-on-one basis. And there's also grief support groups and other things I'm involved in. So now here's the book I'm going to show you. It's not her only book, but it is Dr. Caroline Leaf. I forget if that comes out straight for you guys or not, but it's called Switch on Your Brain.